Hey everybody, this is Jari Carter. I'm a co-founder and the Chief Revenue Officer here at Oro Inc. We are excited to have everybody with us here today. We're going to be walking through the new release, the 1.8.0 Community Edition of OroCRM, as well as the 1.10.0 Enterprise Edition of OroCRM today with you all. Really excited to have you on the call with us. This webinar is being recorded. It'll be posted later on our YouTube channel. And we have an exciting lineup for you here today. So I am going to start with just a very brief introduction. We are going to have a product demonstration of particularly the new features that are in the new release. It'll be 100% geared towards what's new in this release. The demo will be. And then we have Dima Soroka, who is our another co-founder and our CTO, who will be giving a technology update, who will talk briefly about some of the technology updates that came in 1.8.0 and 1.10. So with that, I just want to give a 2-minute primer on what is OroCRM for those of you that may be just joining us here for the first time, what you're going to be looking at, what you're going to be seeing. The premise of OroCRM when we started the business was we really had customers that were working and living in a multi-channel environment that wanted a single view of their customer across multiple channels. So they were bringing in lots of data, point-of-sale data, e-commerce data, order history, marketplace data, B2B data from their ERP systems, all of this data from marketing activities, emails, and other campaigns. All of this data they had in disparate systems, and what they really needed was a single view of their customer across multiple channels. They needed that view for both sales and marketing teams. You'll see as we work here today, as we talk here today, that we've actually enhanced the ability to get a single view of customer. That is a driving force of the product and one of the things that we're doing. As we go into today's demo, one of the primary goals of OroCRM is to allow people to get that 360-degree view of a customer. And instead of just sharing screenshots with you, we want to actually show you the product. So I'm just actually in here under an account. We've pulled up the account Aaron McAndrews, and you can see here that under Aaron as one of our accounts, one of our customers, we see all kinds of information about him as a customer. We see his lifetime sales value, we see the last time he's been contacted, we see the number of times contacted, we see here that he's a VIP customer, that he also belongs to our private sale group. We can see any individuals within the household for Aaron McAndrews. It looks like we have here some emails that were sent out to him and some back and forth, a phone conversation that we had with him. It looks like we have the task to follow up on this new sale with Aaron coming up September 30th. We're going to be doing that. We have an open case. It looks like there's an order issue that was filed yesterday. And then we can see his complete order history through whatever channel he's purchasing. Again, whether it's B2B, B2C, e-commerce, marketplace data, whatever data that is relevant to you. And then we have some additional information about Aaron, particularly from, in this instance, the Magento channel. Now, with all of this information, we actually have lots of tools around actually reaching out to him personally, so tools for customer service, tools for salespeople, as well as tools for marketing people. We're going to work under the assumption today that you are somewhat familiar with OroCRM and the premise and the goal of OroCRM, because today we're going to spend most, if not all, of our time really just talking about the new features with the latest release. Again, we have with us our Tim from our product team, who's going to be actually showing us the new features in the product, and then we have Dima who's going to be walking us through the technology updates. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Artem from our product team, and he's going to walk us through some of the latest features in the new release and how it can benefit your business. Artem?
Yeah, hi everyone. I will be showing you the demo of features of the 1.8 release, and well, let's start immediately from where we added and enhanced our capabilities the most. So the main theme of 1.8 release was the enhanced email capabilities, as we call it. So we focused on three main areas here. First is enhanced capabilities in how users can read their emails, so how they can see their emails in OroCRM, then what they can do with these emails, so how they can reply to them, how they compose them, how they see them on related to contacts, etc. And third thing that we worked on was some automation related to emails. So we wanted to create some out-of-the-box solutions that will allow you to set up a kind of support mailbox or sales mailbox straight within OroCRM without needing to go to third-party tools. So let's start with actually composing your emails, viewing your emails, and just day-to-day email work. So here is my email page. As you might notice if you're familiar with the 1.7 version, it looks quite differently. So we have first thing that we have changed is that now read and unread emails are shown distinctly. So here you see I have a couple of unread emails and I have a couple of read emails that I have already read. Plus, we have added this indicator of read and unread email that allows me to understand that, okay, I had a new email and I have not yet responded to it, or I didn't read it, and I see it all the time. So if I navigate away from this page, if I go somewhere else, I still see this indicator. So if a new mail comes to me when I'm working with some contact or when I'm working with some account, I will be able to see this. Moreover, I will be able to actually have a preview of what's new in this email. So okay, I'm a co-organizer, nice to know. And even better than that, so I'm not just able to preview this, but I'm able to reply without losing the context of my current work. So I'm clicking reply here, and a reply dialog appears. So I can say, okay, thank you. Write a quick reply, and I'm good with it. I'm sending it. I have sent it, and in a moment I'm back to my work without losing any context of it. So this is a nice improvement, and if I need more information, so I can, again, similarly, not replying, but I can simply click here on this preview of a message and see the entire conversation, maybe see an entire thread if it has been long, gather that, so I can get a full context of conversation, read more than that, and then again reply or forward or do whatever I consider necessary with this email. So this is read and unread emails. Next thing that we have added is the ability to compose email. We're first, you see this compose button here that allows you to just start composing an email without doing it, without being like that binded to do it only from contact page or account page. And second, we have added this shortcut for compose email that again allows you to compose email virtually from any page of the application, be you working with contact, be you working on the marketing page, you might be administrating an application, you might be on any page, but compose email is here, it's available just a single click away. So you're now able to compose an email to anyone from any context. Next thing that we have added to all emails is the ability to synchronize emails. So this is nice if, let's say, your IMAP synchronization has some slight delay. So let's say it synchronizes new email only once in 5 minutes, but you're waiting for something kind of important, or you're just in a hot conversation with your client and you're eager to see if something is coming by, so you can just click this sync emails button and it will check the server if there is something new. Okay, so this was no reply address. Good. Okay, so I just received a new email just a bit quicker than I would have if I have waited for IMAP synchronization to finish. So this is improvement with my emails page. This is what we have improved with the way you receive your email. Next thing is that we actually improved your ability to react to emails. First is small but nice improvement is the ability to reply to all people in the conversation. Let's say I have a kind of conversation here with a couple of people, and instead of just replying to it, I can hit reply all, and then everyone who is in the conversation will be included in the reply, just saving me a couple of clicks and necessity of having to add them again and again and again. Plus, CC and BCC statuses of all the conversations will be preserved, so whoever is included in the CC section will remain there, and they will be notified that their reply is not necessary. Next thing that we added is support of inline images in emails. So when I'm composing an email, I can include an image just like this. So here's an image, and I can add, so this was in my signature, but I can add more thing from just into the body, just like this. So when I'm writing an email, I can just include something into the body, then decide who I'm sending to. This is another improvement. So the to and CC and BC fields now have nicer autocomplete. So let's say I'm decided to send this to Dima Soroka. I can start typing his email, and a list of as I'm typing, these email address will be looked for through contacts or users, or if I'm writing this from a context of some any record, via its related record. So this means that start typing Dima, this will be looked for Dima Soroka, and instead of having to type his entire email address, which I might not even remember, I will get a nice autocomplete that I can just use and click on his address and have it here. So this is what I think this is all that we have in terms of composing emails. And let's now go to email synchronization. We have had improvement there as well. So first thing that we have improved is that we have added the ability to synchronize only folders that you need. So I had my entire mailbox. So this is just my regular work mailbox, but I have decided only to synchronize a couple of folders that I feel necessary to use in OroCRM. This is handy if you are using or your working email to work with OroCRM, but you are using it for something else that might not be relevant with the context of the CRM, so you just want to keep these messages away. Then just choose all the relevant folders to synchronize, sync them, and you will only have the mail you need. Next thing that we have added is that now all mails that come are automatically appended to the context of contacts looked by email address. So let's say I have a contact of Yoav here, and under his contact, I automatically have all the emails that we have exchanged back and forth. What's even better, if I create a new contact, it will automatically search through all my emails, and if it finds matching emails, they will be automatically appended to this contact as well. So let's say I create a contact of Jerry, and add his email. Know that I can add not just one email address but multiple, and they will all be looked for. So do like this. Save and close, and while it's loading, the system is actually looking through my entire mailbox and appending the messages that we have exchanged with Jerry. So if we had a long history, it might take a bit of time, but yeah, here we are. Immediately, the entire history of all our conversation is here. So it's very nice if, let's say, you're importing your entire contact base and from one source, and you're importing all your mails from your, let's say, your Gmail account, and the system will be clever enough to actually to connect them, and you won't have to set up contacts manually. So this is a very nice improvement, and this will allow you to see the direct conversation with clients almost immediately after email synchronization. So this is it with the day-to-day email tasks. What else worth noting that we have also improved the performance of IMAP synchronization. So it's now pretty fast, and it allows you to synchronize a lot of emails in shorter amount of time. So it's hard to demo, but the work under the hood have been improved as well. So now let's go to another topic that I mentioned, the email automation. So what does this mean? That we now created a thing that we call CRM mailboxes. So you can find them under system configuration here in email configuration. And I have created one just to demo. So what system mailbox does is pretty simple. So you can create a support mailbox like this, or you can create a sales mailbox, or you can create just a general purpose mailbox. You set up it just as any usual mailbox here. So again, it can be hosted on Google Mail, it can be hosted on your server, it can be hosted anywhere. You can select folders that you want to synchronize the same way as you do with the regular mailbox, and then you can set up email processing. So we have three options here. First is do nothing. This means that all messages that come to this CRM won't be processed in any way, so you can just assign an employee or maybe a team of employees to process them manually, maybe then to reply to them, create leads or cases if appropriately, etc. So this is nice if you would just want to have a generic contact us mailbox where your users or your customers can write about anything, about their problems, about their potential sales, about their interest in your product, about anything. If you create another more customized mailbox like sales@yourdomain.com or support@yourdomain.com, so something that will be tailored to an actual potential sales or conversations or problem requests or something like this, then you can choose convert to lead or convert to case. That will automatically create cases or leads from incoming mail. So I choose this to convert to case. I can also preset up the attributes of the cases that will be created from anything that comes to this mailbox. So I can change its status. I can create these cases as high priority. I can assign a tag to them if I want. I can manage access to this mailbox. So now know that not only a single user can have access to this mailbox, but all users with the role of sales manager will have access to this mailbox and will see the incoming mail in their My Email folders. And in addition to automatic conversion to cases, I can also create and manage an auto-response rule. So this is just a thing that is nice in letting your customer know that, okay, we have received your email and we'll do some actions in near term. So an auto-response can have conditions applied to it. You can use it to create multiple auto-responses with different templates. You can create a response template, or you can just write something up if you don't want to use template and type down a custom template here. So let's still use an auto-response template as I set it up. And while doing this, let's check how this works. So I will send an email to there. So let's write something here. Okay, so here we are. And in a couple of minutes, this email will reach the server, will reach the OroCRM, and the case will be created from it. And also, in addition to a case, an auto response will be fired. Okay, so here we actually have received it even quicker than that. You see in my email, I had an auto response generated by OroCRM, so this is the same as in the template. And if I open the message here in support mailbox, I'll see that, okay, it had added, automatically recognized that I have a contact with the same address that has been used to send this email. So if an existing customer sends you a support request or a sales request, then this email conversation and a lead or case correspondingly will be assigned to this contact as well, and a case has been fired. So here's a new case. Note that the case has a related contact as recognized from the incoming mail, and I can then just continue working with this case. I can reassign this case to another person, or even better that, so I can have a support representative already assigned to this case, so they don't have to create this case manually. They have work for them created immediately by the system. The same workflow will be with creating leads. So and you're free to create as many support or sales mailboxes as you want. So you can create them and connect them to different channels. You can create them with multiple organizations. You can just have multiple addresses for, let's say, different languages, different websites, as many as you need. There are no limitations into number of mailboxes or number of specific role mailboxes that you can create. So this is it. This is the email automation feature that we have added with 1.8 release. And we think that this will really help in establishing OroCRM as a tool for sales or support straight out the box. And now let's go to talk, or rather see another feature that we have added in 1.8. It is a new visual workflow builder. We have a blog post due, I think, tomorrow, so where you can read about it in detail, but let's now have a quick preview. So Visual Workflow Editor has two purposes. First, it does visualize the existing workflows. So all system workflows that come with the system, they are not editable, but in addition to this old table configurator where you could simply see the list of steps and resulting transitions, you now see the entire schema of the workflow. You can drag it around. You can choose to show or hide transition labels to add clarity and to be able to actually concentrate on the flow. So it's very nice in terms of legibility, and it gives you better understanding of the workflow, so how it works, how things progress from one step to another, where the flow ends, where like the ends of the workflow, so know that steps that marked as final are shown in different color, etc., etc. So if you're a visual person like me, you will find it extremely helpful because it's just much easier to read and much easier to understand. What's better with it, that if you're editing the workflow, so let's say you are not satisfied with our default workflow and you want to customize it, this chart also becomes interactive and editable. So in addition to what I could do with this table workflow, so I could click on the step and have an edit step dialog here, or I could click on the transition and have edit transition dialog. It's all I can do here as well. So if I click on the step, I have edit, clone, and delete, the same actions that are available to me here in the table. The same if I click on the transition, that I can also edit, clone, or delete it. Plus, I can rearrange all the steps and positions if the results of my default algorithm doesn't suit me, or I just want to empty up some space to put new steps into. And I can, what's even nicer, that I can simply drag transitions from one step to another. So instead of clicking add transition and then typing in the step's name, stuff like this, I can simply click here, start dragging, drop it, and here I have new transition dialog from one step to another, and these are the same steps that I just dragged it from. So it adds more interactivity to workflow building, and again, to me, it's much nicer than simply clicking buttons and typing up forms. Dragging things around are way nicer than just simply filling up forms. We have also added the ability to undo and redo your actions. So if you accidentally have deleted something, then don't be afraid. So I can go and just delete this step, and until I save the workflow, I can simply click undo, and all my actions will be restored. So it will add you another way of certainty. So, and you will not, it will be much harder to break things up, if I would say so. It will just give you another safety layer. So this is a visual workflow builder. We're not finished with it. We are planning to expand its capabilities later in future releases, but for now, it's another nice way to see your workflows, understand them, and tweak them and edit them if necessary. So this was the second major feature of our 1.8 release, and the third major feature that we are releasing for Enterprise Edition only is LDAP integration. So LDAP integration is as I said, for enterprise users only, and it's released as a separate extension. So LDAP integration, in a nutshell, what it does, it allows big companies that are more likely to use LDAP server, which looks like this. So here's the LDAP server. It looks like this. So what it does, it stores user information in a single place. So it stores all the user data, their first name, their names, their emails, their passwords, their personal information. It stores them in a single place, and it allows organizations to connect their various software that they can use. So they can connect their CRM systems, ERP systems, some kind of other, I don't know, you name it. So all the software that they feel necessary to work with, they connect to a single LDAP server, get the user data from it, and so users can have the same credentials with login and password to log in to all the software of the company that exists. So we find it likely that the big organizations will be using them, this LDAP servers, and again, big organizations will who already have this established user credentials will find it much easier to simply import all these credentials into our CRM via LDAP integration, map existing roles and existing business units to our CRM structure, and just start using the system immediately without having to manually create multiple users by hand. So this will just allow for quicker setup and much easier maintenance of user information. So this is all with the big updates. We'll have also a couple of minors, as Jerry mentioned. We have added the number of contacted times and the date and time of last contact. We store this information and allow you to segment on it. We have added a segmentation on data audit, so you can now segment based on whether some information has changed or not. We have added ACL to search, so our search has been improved and search results are now connected to what the user can actually see or not. And there are a couple more minor improvements that you can read about in our blogs or release notes. So I think this is it. Thank you for your attention, and I'll pass it to Dima Soroka, who will tell you about technical part.
Great. Before we do that, I just want to note, because you guys are going to have lots of questions coming up. After Dima's part of the presentation, we will have time for some questions. There are a couple of questions trickling in, but please ask your questions in the window, in the box here. There's a place for you to ask questions, and I will moderate that at the end with the help of Artyom and Dima. So Dima, go ahead.
Thanks, Jari. Thanks, Artyom, for a great demo. Really exciting features in the new release. And in addition to product improvements, we also did a lot of improvements on the technology side. So we're constantly monitoring changes that's going on in the technology world and staying up to date with our product in terms of libraries that we're using as a base for our functionality. In this latest release, we delivered a couple of major updates to our base layer. So as you know, our product is built based on a Symfony framework. And at the moment when we were working on the release, there was a new version released, Symfony Release 2.7, and we immediately upgraded our product so you can enjoy all the 100 new features and enhancements that came with the release. And I just want to remind you guys our policy on Symfony releases support. Symfony has long-term support releases. Previous one was 2.3, and 2.7 is another long-term support release. And so we decided to run this upgrade, and our future upgrades of Symfony framework will be also based on same policy. So our next upgrade of Symfony framework will happen when they will release long-term support release, which I believe should be already 3.3. In addition to that, we also upgraded our ORM engine, and currently our Doctrine version dependency is 2.5. With the new version of Doctrine, we also got new features that will help us to build even more powerful capabilities on the product side. So we will start utilizing embeddable objects feature. We will actively use second-level cache for performance improvements, and definitely we are looking to utilize extra lazy fetching that came with a new version of Doctrine. And also on the major library side, we upgraded to Tweak 1.20, which was mostly security fixes release that prevent vulnerability in a sandbox mode. And currently sandbox mode from Tweak is used for email templates mechanism. So that release had complete sense for us, and with the upgrade we actually removed potential security vulnerability as well. In addition to that, we did upgrades on other libraries like FOSREST, Bundle, and other ones. So with 1.8 release, you pretty much getting latest technology in place. Also, we did a lot of changes, technology changes related to the platform, and one of them Artyom already mentioned. So we changed email synchronization algorithm from address-based to folder-based, and that helped us to handle much more emails and with much better performance during synchronization. Also, we enable support of SMTP server on a user level, as before we had it only on application level, so you are able to configure SMTP server to send for all outgoing emails from the system. And currently you also can do that on the user level. So basically when you will connect your mailbox, you can configure not IMAP synchronization only, you also can specify SMTP credentials, and that will allow to have all your emails that you send in from the CRM in your original mailbox as well. Nice improvement was done on filters components that allow to filter by tag right now, and that helps with segmenting your data in the grids and finding proper records based on your manual tagging needs. Good improvements were done for the search. So first of all, we finally enabled search support of custom entities and custom fields, as before we were limited only to system entities and system fields. Right now you can utilize our search engine for custom fields and custom entities. That allows to expand search range. And before, search results were not taking into account access control list restrictions, and with the latest release we updated that functionality that allowed to get more precise and more accurate search results. And last but not least feature that I want to mention, we currently started work on layout mechanisms that will allow us to organize view layer in more structured and more extendable way. So with the previous release, we already published our layout components that will be used as base for that functionality, and with latest release we delivered additional documentation so you can start looking into it and learning, and with upcoming releases we will start delivering features that will utilize that component and will help us to make view layer much more extendable and flexible so you can build your customization and in better and nicer way. So that's pretty much all updates on the technology side, and I'll pass it over to Jerry.
Dima, Artem, great job. You guys were efficient and effective today, so thank you so much for walking us through this. Just a few questions that we have coming in from folks here on the phone. One, just about emails. Do they have to be sent from the system? What about emails sent with kind of Gmail, Outlook? And then what other email service providers do we integrate with? Dima, do you want to take that one?
Sure, definitely. That's a great question, and the answer for that is that we currently fully integrated with any email providers that support IMAP and SMTP protocols, and most of them have support for these protocols. So basically, all emails that you're sending from your mailbox, so let's say if you're using Gmail as your mailbox and you send email from there. If you want these emails to be synchronized to CRM, in the configuration of IMAP sync under your user account, you just need to choose a folder which called usually sent emails folder. So all emails that you send from your mailbox will be synchronized. And as I mentioned, for all emails that you're sending from CRM to be synchronized with your mailbox, for that you will need to put SMTP server credentials under your user account as well.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Another one is how does a customer's inbound email response get recorded within Oro? So if you know, we saw some of the outbound stuff, but you know, if they're responding, how does that come in? Dima, do you want to answer that?
Yep, definitely. So all inbound requests will come to Oro through synchronization. So basically, if customer respond on some email, that email going to one of the mailboxes that should be synchronized with Oro. So, and again, as we demoed, we have two types of mailboxes that can be synchronized. It's user mailboxes, personal user mailboxes that each user configuring for himself. And if you have general company mailboxes like sales or support or any other mailbox, so with configuring that mailbox synchronization, you will get all inbound emails to CRM as well.
Okay, great. One more question here, and please just ask any questions you might have in the chat question window here. Love to answer a few more we may have time for. One question is, this is a little bit off the topic of this, but customer is wondering if OroCRM supports the importing of activity, messages, comments, etc. from social networks such as Facebook and others to centralize customer support across really all channels. Dima, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. That's a great functionality to complete customer support story over all social media networks, and we have plans to implement that. These items are on our roadmap, but unfortunately, as for today, we do not have out-of-the-box support for social networks monitoring that will help to bring that content into the CRM.
Okay, great. Last question, or maybe just comment, what's coming in the next release that we should be excited about and looking forward to? This release looks great. What should we expect next?
Yeah, that's a good question as well. So next release bringing also a couple of very nice features which will help to improve user experience on working with data. Some features will be related to inline grid editing, so you will be able to update and fix your data without necessity to open full record and edit a full data in a form, so you just can do it quickly in the grid. Other nice feature will allow you to organize your business in teams, so it's available right now, but so you can structure your users in the teams with business units, but currently we have limited filtering capabilities, so you can filter by user, you cannot filter data by team. So that's another great improvement or feature coming in the upcoming release. So you basically will be able to organize your sales, marketing, and support teams in smaller teams and track performance of them. As for performance tracking, so we're introducing forecast features that will help you to understand your sales potential and stuff like that. Very big effort currently we do on performance improvements. We addressing a couple of major performance issues, so new version will perform much faster. And another big update that is coming, that will come from a technology side, that will be related to APIs development. So currently we're developing an engine that allows to automatically enable API for all your entities by default without zero development done for that. And if a developer will need to customize and limit it, so then some additional development should be done. But out of the box, we will enable API for most of the data, and that will serve all the integration requests and integration purposes that we received like during last year, actually. Few more upgrades that we are planning and scheduling after that. So we will work on sales flow, on lead opportunity sales flow to make experience a bit more straightforward and simpler for users. So basically you will start with simple point and we'll be able to enhance it as you move forward. So that's pretty much our nearest term plans.
So what you're saying, Dima, is you're not going to be sleeping much over the next few months, as we're.
That's correct.
Great. All right, Dima, Artem, thank you guys so much for being on the call. Thanks. We know you're busy. We really appreciate you taking time out of your day to walk us through these things. Everybody else, thank you for being on the call today. We really appreciate it. We had a great attendance. Again, we'll put this up on our YouTube channel so that folks that may have missed it can participate. If you have any questions, feel free to email any one of us. You can email me at jari@orocrm.com or dima@orocrm.com. Happy to take any questions that you guys have. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day.